Yes, 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 yes. I know. When you see me, you said, wow, he is the medicine lady. Yes, 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 it's me. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Yes, the channel that is changing lives. The channel will revive the one that fell. Oh my God, weekend don't have no strength and coming to give you strength. Yes, it's me again, Evangelist Barbara, where I tell you already, my channel is not only a channel who's going to preach you the word, but it's a channel that's going to put your life in track. And so far, I know there is a lot of people who've been received my video, but they said that those videos, they are in Creole, they're not getting it, and things like that. So for that reason, today I'm going to have two sets of this video in English, and I'm going to have two sets of the same video in Creole. For the one that who don't understand English, they can always go to the one that said Creole. The one that said English is for the people that only speak English. If you go in the Creole one, you can always switch it. So now we're going to get to another video. Yes, 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 yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my YouTube channel. And I don't know if you haven't been subscribed yet. I don't know what you're waiting for. This is the channel who's going to change your life. Yes, I said it and I will say it again. Whenever you come into my channel, that means God wants to change something about your life. There is a lot of people who start changing life already with the medication that have been given. Last week, I gave a medication for people who have cancer or who've been diagnosed with cancer. I'm not talking about stage 4 or when the cancer already, going on and things like that. Yes, it probably worked for you, but I know if you just went to the doctor, they said they see something, they don't know what it is. I bring a medication that really work for a lot of people I know who already been taking that medication, go to the doctor, get result. And I told you myself, I was not diagnosed, but they had saw 3 lumps in my right breast and 2 lumps in my left breast. And then I did that medication. I was inspired after I prayed for the problems. And I pray and ask God what you want me to do. God inspire me to do that medication. And if you go in my YouTube channel, you're going to see it in Creole. But for the sake of people who do not speak in Creole, I am going to make it again in English so they can participate. And then now for the cancer medication, don't worry. Even you don't understand it or whatever that it is, I am going to make different video and all of them going to work and all of them going to bring results, because me myself, I got a lot of results. And then you can see now I am really healthy. I'm walking around and I went to the doctor. I checked. They don't find nothing. But anyway, let's go furthermore. Today I came with a video that you guys have been waiting for. Guess what it is? This video, I made it specifically in this holiday season. Why I make it in this holiday season? Because I know in the holiday season, a lot of people going out there and party and family dinner, wherever there is food, you will eat. But I know you want to keep your shape, you want to control your figure, you want to look good. You want to be eating your food and look good, even, the body wants to just give different things. So I bring a video where even you go to your holiday session, you eat, you still going to see results of life changing, where your line weight is going to stay in control. And this drink that I'm going to make, it's not something you're going to make only in the holiday season. I make it myself almost all the time. I used to do it about 4 or 5 years ago, and I have stopped doing it because I stay in the weight that I wanted to have. Some people like to be very skinny. I was very skinny one time in the size 4, and I've realized that this specific drink and things like that make me too thin, and I just stop it for a while. Now I take it once in a while. I probably take it for 1 week and I stop it, take it for 2 weeks and stop it, and until I get the weight that I want to get. Because when you start getting in your 30 and up, you don't want to be so skinny for your face to be saggy. That's why you see me, I always look good, and I know that I look good. So basically, I always make sure that I keep my weight just the way I want it. Okay? Just the way I want it. You probably said, oh, you know what, she's giving a drink to make people lose weight, but she still got some weight on. What you see me having on, that's the one I want. I don't want to be no skinnier than than the way I am now, because I like to be full so my face can stay young. Okay, but I'm going to introduce you to that drink, and believe me, if you do it every day for 1 month, you will see results. But what I'm going to ask you to do while you're taking this drink, make sure you control what you eat. Make sure you control the time that you eat. First of all, the best way to do that, you have to eat the way that you're supposed to eat. Take your breakfast, take your lunch, in between, take your snack. Make sure you take healthy snack. And then try to stop eating heavy food by 6 o'clock at night. Me personally, I work night shift. So basically, on the daytime, I sleep. And the nighttime, when I go to work, I have to eat because I'm hungry. But I have a secret to this. What I do, I got 2 breaks. My first break is at 9 o'clock. I try to eat whatever that I want to eat, but I make sure whatever that I eat, the plate have to be the size of my hand. That's what I do. And then I eat whatever that I want to eat, whatever that it is, and I know that my stomach is full before I eat it. I drink my drink, and then I eat my food. Then I just continue and work. When I got my second break, which is midnight, what I do not put no food in my stomach anymore. No food. I will drink liquid. I will take my starch, my cucumber, whatever that I got as a fruit that I know is not going to bring no belly fat. Where you know what I'm saying? No belly fat. You have to make sure you know the fruits that you can eat, and then make sure you know the veggies that you can eat also, who will not bring anything in the body. So basically, what I wanted you to do, I want you to take pen and paper, even though that I'm going to put the ingredient under the video. Okay, I want you to take pen and paper and pay attention. And if you pay attention, I'm going to do 2 sets of the video. The first video, we're going to talk about the ingredient. I'm going to give you the ingredient. And the second part of the video, I'm going to show you how the drink being prepared. Okay, because I don't want people to go and saying that she said this, she said that. No, I want you to pay attention to the video and pay attention to how I do everything. First, to do this drink, you need, first of all, cinnamon. For people who know me, they know that I love cinnamon, and I put it in almost everything that I do, because cinnamon is one of the powerful ingredients that you need in your life to stop a lot of things. It's good for diabetic people. It's good for a lot of people who have a lot of different problems. Furthermore, I will give you some more, way to prepare that the cinnamon and things like that, so you can get more to it. But today, we're going to talk about that diet drink. That drink, when you take it, you feel something in your body. That drink, when you take it, by 2 weeks, if you take it and you eat right, I guarantee you, by 2 weeks, you should start losing 7 to 10 pounds. If you do it the way I'm giving it to you. And you know me, since you to people that was going to watch the video that know me, they know they've been seeing me with the same size, really never change. And if I want to if I lose more weight, if I want to lose more weight, I just try to lose more weight. But if I don't want to lose it too, I just stay away from losing weight. So I'm going to ask you to pay attention to the ingredient. First ingredient that you need is the cinnamon. What you do with the cinnamon? You let the cinnamon boil. You boil the cinnamon with a big container of water. You probably need about 4 or 5 sticks of cinnamon. I got 3 in my hand just for the purpose of the video. You're going to need about 5 sticks of cinnamon. You're going to put it in the container. You're going to boil it in the container. When you finish boil it in the container, what you do, you take the water in the container. You're going to need a pineapple. In the container, you're going to need a pineapple. What you're going to do with the pineapple, you're going to cut the pineapple into small pieces. If you have organic pineapple, you can always use a brush, clean the skin and everything, and you let the skin boil with everything. If you do not have an organic pineapple, for the sake of health reason and purpose, you're going to make sure that you take this pineapple, you peel it before you cut it. If it's organic, you can use a brush, clean it very well, rinse it, and then cut it, put it in the water, and let it boil for at least 30 minutes. Okay, for at least 30 minutes. In that pineapple, you're going to add, when the pineapple finish boil with the cinnamon, you're going to remove the water of the pineapple, and you're going to put it aside. When you put it aside, while the water is hot, you're going to use this plant. I know a lot of people know this plant. It's called anise roots. Let me bring it closer. It's called anise roots. Anise roots. You're going to cut this, the anise roots. You're going to put it in the hot water with the pineapple. You're not going to let it boil. Because what you do with the pineapple is that I will show you furthermore and talk about certain fruits that we've been eating and we don't know what they are. Me, I talk based on the revelation that I've received. Some people receive revelation to do different things, but God giving me those revelations for years. I've never used them, but I've realized that God tell me it is time for you to go heal the lands, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So now you take the anise roots, you cut it into pieces, you just open that big container with hot water pineapple, you put it in there. The second ingredient you're going to put inside of that hot water is going to be okra. I know you're probably looking at me as if like I'm crazy. You're going to cut the head of the okra, cut the bottom of the okra, and you just put them in the hot water where the pineapple is. The reason why you do that, because you don't want those ones to be cooked just the way the pineapple cook. You're going to let them steam inside of the water. You put them in there. And when you finish, you're going to take a celery roots. For you that know, you're going to put the celery roots. You're going to cut it into pieces, very small pieces. You put it in the same container where the hot water is with the pineapple. When you finish putting them in there, you're going to cover it. Well, you're going to cover all of them together. The pineapple, the anise roots, the celery roots, the okra, all of them going to be covered in that container you put aside to cool off. When those ingredients cool off, you're going to take a blender. Like me, I use Vitamix, which is a powerful blender. You're going to open that Vitamix. You're going to put pineapple. You're going to put as much as you want, as much as you can fit in that blender. Put the pineapple with the water that is been boiled, and you're going to use 1 cucumber or 2 cucumber, depending for how long you want to do it. I'm going to tell you why I said that. You're going to use 1 or 2 cucumber, depend how many or how much drink and how many days you want them to stay. You're going to use 1 cucumber. You're going to use about like 3 apple, green apple. Do not get any other apple. Follow my instruction. Use green apple. You're going to use about like 3 or 4 green apple, so you can bring taste to it, because it's going to feel blanched a little bit. You're going to use about 3 apple, but green apple, and make sure that it's possible for you to get organic green apple. Then you're going to need look at it and tell me what it is. You're going to need parsley, a nice hand of parsley. This is a small piece that I bring for the sake of the video, so you can see. You're going to need parsley, a big bunch of parsley. Then you're going to need the most powerful ingredient that you need for the drink. It's called Cactus. If you can use 2 of this in 1 drink, it will be the best thing that you can ever do. You're going to use Cactus. And then you're going to cut them into pieces. You're not going to boil those things. You're going to cut them into pieces. They're going to add up to the cold pineapple that been boiled. You're going to add them in there. And when you finish adding them in there, that's when you put all of them in the blender. And the last thing that you need, you're going to need a grapefruit. The grapefruit, basically, you know that is a very powerful ingredient in your diet. If you can incorporate it in your diet, that you can take a piece every morning or every time you're going to eat, you cut your grapefruit and you just take a piece. If you don't have any problem with your stomach, it's the best thing that you can do. As a matter of fact, if you want to lose weight, before each meal, try to get a piece of fruit. And I can tell you that after 3 months, you're going to be happy to see yourself. One time, I was up to size 20. I was in size 20 and my weight was 253 pounds. And then I don't do nothing. That's all I did. I prep my drink. I continue to do it. And now I'm able to keep my weight in the size 8, 10, depending which company that make the dress, 8, 10, and I keep it for about, I think right now about 20 years that my life changed over, and I keep my weight since then. All I do is prep my drink and control my meat and make sure that control my meat, control the things that I eat. Sometimes I don't eat meat at all because I'm trying to control what I eat. What I'm trying to tell people, not to try to do a diet where you cannot keep it. First of all, it's not good for you to be trying to get a diet and to keep and this and that, whatever. Those drinks that I'm giving you, if you practice them, believe me, people are going to ask you what happened. First, that drink is good for your skin. That drink is good for your belly. It removes belly fat. That drink is good for cholesterol. That drink is good for people with blood pressure. Yes, listening to me. For people with blood pressure, people who dealing with problem with gallbladder. This drink, if you take it, believe me, you're not going to be sorry. You're going to pass it on to generation to come. And I got more to come. But I'm going to asking you to pay attention. And the last thing that you need to put in that drink is about, if you got a cup in your house, you can use one like this, okay? One like this, and you just use the powerful ingredient, apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar. Try to take organic one and the one that said with mother, okay? Try to take the organic one. Don't go for the other one, for the cheap one. Go for the organic one. And take about 1 small cup like this and pour it in the drink. And make sure this drink, when you start drinking it, you take it every morning for about 1 month or 2 weeks. But one thing with this drink, you can make it and put it in your refrigerator because it's all fresh ingredient. I advise that you do it for 3 or 4 days, no more. 3 or 4 days. If all your family into the same plan with you, you don't have any problem for anybody to drink it, your kids and things like that. And guess what? The best about it, if you're dealing with constipation problem, this is your drink. This is your drink. You don't need nothing else. This is your drink. If you're dealing with constipation, this one will take you to the bathroom in no time. You need that. Mostly when you start getting in your 30s and up. I don't know, 30s and up could be 40 and up, 50 and up, 70 and up. It's still 30 and up. And that's what I am, 30 and up. Since I was 30 years old, I determined that I would not remember what my age is. And that's exactly what I do. So now, I'm asking you to stay tuned and I'm going to show you how the drink being made. Stay for the next video because I don't want this one to be too long. Stay in the next video and you're going to get the next one and see how it is, how it work. And if you get this one, go in my YouTube channel, subscribe. Every time I do a new video, you're going to see it. Okay, I tell you the ingredient, I tell you how to boil it. Now I am going to show you another video where you're going to be able to see how I do it and see how I fix it, and you can fix it and get the result that I get. I don't care how big your stomach is, I don't care how big you are. When you do this drink, believe me, your husband will be happy to see you. God will be happy. You know why? Because our body is the temple of the Holy Ghost. And we want the Holy Spirit to reside in a place where it feels comfortable to manifest. So I'm asking you to stay tuned in my channel for the next video. And mostly subscribe and tell your other friends. May God bless you. Ciao. This is the second part of the video that I promised. I told you that I want everybody to get it complete to the point where you don't have to be beating yourself and to find out how to do it. I'm coming with a blender as I promised. This is the blender. And then the water that's in it is the pineapple water that I told you. When you finish boiling the pineapple and the cinnamon, and then you have to make sure you put it to cool off. So it's not going to be too hot when you start straining it, so it won't give you problem. You have to make sure that it's cool off. But before you cool it off, you remember I told you, you have to put the anise root in it. You have to make sure that you put the celery roots in it. You have to make sure that you put the cucumber in it. And the most important ingredient, don't you ever forget the cactus. You have to make sure that you put the cactus in it, because the cactus is the main ingredient who's going to really work in your system to clean everything in your system. And I told you this one is basically is a juice, is a portion that when you take it, it works in your belly. You got a lot of people with big belly, and I'm going to show you result of people who've been using it. So now you're going to put all the ingredient in it, and when all the ingredient in it, you're going to put it in the blender. After they put in the blender, you're going to strain them. You're going to make sure that you strain them. When you finish using the strainer to strain it, you're going to give you a juice just like this. Look, you see how beautiful this one look? Look at that. This is so pretty. This is so nice. You know, you can just look for a different type of glass to put it, but this one make the show complete. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's nice. It's all green. That's exactly what you want. That's why you put the pineapple boil, and then you put the other ingredient in it, and then when you finish, it just give you part of the vegetable cooked and part of it are not cooking. That's where the magic is. And then later on, I'm going to make a video to show you and explain to you why you're doing it like that. Because when you're doing a video, you just can't put everything in the video. What's going to happen? The video will be too long and nobody would watch it, even though that is bringing something for their own health purposes. So I'm going to ask you to pay attention. After I have it like this, what I did, I take my apple cider vinegar that I promised you. You remember the apple cider vinegar I told you? I take the apple cider vinegar, and what I did, take a cup just the way I promised you, and I go in it and pour the apple cider vinegar. When I finish pouring the apple cider vinegar in the drink, what I did, I keep turning it. That's why my cup have everything in it. I turn it. Now I let it stay in the fridge so it can chill. You see? I leave it in the fridge so it can chill. This cup, if I drink it, me and my husband, every morning, for, depend how much we drink it, it will give us 3 days. Okay? If my kids want to drink it and they take on it, at least it can give us 2 days. But because of the taste, it's not everybody who's going to be really drinking it. But I know me and my husband going to drink it because my husband started having that a little bit belly, and then I'm trying to reduce it. So I'm asking you, first thing you need to do is change your diet. Change the food that you are eating. Second thing that I'm going to ask you to do, not to eat late. The third thing that I'm going to ask you to do, when you eat your snack, make sure that you eat healthy snack. Not cake, not those sweet stuff. Do not go with those things because they're not going to help you. And then I'm asking you again, as the last one, maybe drink a lot of water. Please do not drink ice water. Cold water, stay away from that. Drink nice water, nice warm water. When I said that, I'm not going to say put the water in the microwave and whatever. No, just don't use ice cold water, because that ice cold water is sitting in your system, and everything that you eat going to remain in your system, and it's just not working. It's not doing what you take it for. So you need to control your diet. And what I said, this drink is good for people who's really dealing with cholesterol problem. It's very good for people with blood pressure. My God. It's very good for people who fighting with diabetic situation, and then they can't really lose weight. Because, sometimes when you just get so much weight on, it just really cause problem with your diabetic situation. So it's very, very good. Mostly is a target for cholesterol. Is a target for those belly fat. People really have gallbladder problem, and I know a lot of people just doing those operation, and after then they can eat certain things. This drink really going to heal your stomach. I'm just going to tell you, it's not for something that I'm selling out. First of all, I'm not a health professional. I am not a licensed person, but I'm using things that I use in my own life just to help you, because I know that they work. Because the best way to preach the gospel of Christ is when you use the word of God and the right perspective, and you being a giver to other. He said you love your neighbor like you love yourself. So if I love my neighbor, I have to share the good thing that I've received with my neighbor, so at least the same benefits that I have, my neighbor will have that same benefits. So now, because you know this information, what you're going to do, you're going to subscribe to my channel. Be smart about it. Just the way I give it to you for free, now give it to somebody else. And continue to share the video to whoever that you think might be interested. There is a lot of people who fighting with weight all their lives, and they don't know what to do. This drink, when you drink it, one of the things that it does is suppress your appetite. It's really suppress your appetite. When you finish drinking it in the morning, you're going to realize that it just really take you time for you to eat. Not because it suppress your appetite, you're going to stay without eating. Even though you're going to try to eat something light, you're going to try to eat something that you know is good for you. You cannot be finish eating a big plate of rice and then you feel guilty after. No, you need to control what you eat. Make sure you control what